technically we've always had values. I mean, my stupid
Well,
little
yeah.
mission statement that I did 15 years ago, 16 years ago. I actually wrote a business plan when I launched. I just never used it. But I actually did write one, and I did a mission and vision and statement and objectives and all this nonsense, and I wrote out values. And for an accounting firm, you obviously need values like integrity and uh, honesty,
Honesty, yeah.
reliability, dedication, hard work, all these things.
Trustworthiness, yeah.
I think we must have had about 15 values listed, something like that. And then, yeah, last year I was chatting to you and I just said, this is ridiculous. I'm not going to expect people to learn 15 or it was like this long, this list.
Long
And
list.
I'm thinking, first of all, if I've gone as far as hiring someone, we already know they embody those values. We look for them when we're going through the interview
Interview,
process.
yeah.
So I know that this person is reliable, and well, I hope that they're reliable and they're honest and they're ethical and all this nonsense. And technically, if they've done an accounting degree, if they have, they should know that we're one of the industries where ethics is particularly important. You're
Yeah,
supposed to
especially
be
these days. Yeah.
uh, you know, ab above the average in terms of
Mm.
ethics and honesty and reliability. So I thought it was ridiculous to have all these things. And so yeah, you and I sat down and we thought we'll turn them into four. It would be, and essentially it's the be a good person, because that covers ethics and morals and
Mm.
honesty and integrity and all of those, and do the right thing, because it also does, but we've also got to be legally bound to certain things, and accounting requires very specific protocols, so we've got to
Requirements,
do it the right way. And we've got to do it the right way, not just for accounting purposes, but because, we are responsible for helping our clients be good corporate citizens. We would be legal and ethical in the world, not just in the numbers, you see. So that do the right thing and be a good person, that covers all of that.
goes,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
for me, I added in the last two, which because you've also been through burnout. I think our entire team
Mm.
has been through burnout at some
Yeah.
stage in their careers. And so my enjoy life value was, it's about the fact that I personally value freedom. I've always valued
Mm.
freedom. Even back in school days, I hated school. I shouldn't say it out loud. I hated school. I was good at, I'm academically good at learning. I got A's and I didn't battle with exams or anything, but I hated having to be there at a specific time, having to wear a specific uniform, having to go to these classes, which some of them were so boring, and have, just these rules and regulations and repetition, and this feeling that I'm stuck in this system. I
Mm.
hated it. And I remember, actually, as much as I liked my old boss, I'd actually helped my gran run a travel business before, and that was way more fun.
Oh, he's doing done loads of different things.
Yeah, yes, yes. And I'd worked for Colleen part-time. I was working, I think, 2 days a week or 3 days a week or something, and I was loving it. And so when she offered me the full-time job, I said yes. I had been full-time for 6 months and I got depression.
You realize, oh, wow.
I battle with this feeling of being stuck, having to be at work at 8 o'clock, having to sit in the seat for 5 days a week, 4 weeks a month. But for accounting, in particular, if you're the bookkeeper of a company, the majority of your work is 1 week a month.
I think, yeah,
You have about, for that size company, I had about an hour's work a day, and that was it. And then in the
sure.
last week of the month, I was busy. But I
Yeah.
had to be there every day and just be bored. So yeah, I learned to really value freedom, and the freedom to be yourself and to
Mm.
live life, to really enjoy the life you're living. And I
Yeah,
suppose
the
then
whole
that,
work life balancing, yeah.
and then the burnout, there goes my light. The burnout that I went through also made me really value being free and not working myself to that point of collapse, and not wanting any of my staff or my clients to ever work themselves into that position either. So enjoy life is very much about freedom. And then grow, because like I said, the best thing I ever did was to join a mentoring group. So I learned the value of continuous learning. You can never learn
Yeah.
much. You can, the world is constantly changing. We're always changing. Our industry is changing. Everything is always different, except taxes. And and if you're not growing, if you're not learning, if you're not changing, you get left behind.